Ministry of Health and Wellness is reporting that Jamaica has recorded 15 more COVID-19 fatalities, pushing the tally to 878. The ministry notes that the deaths occurred between January 19 and May 16. Those who died are from the parishes of Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Thomas, 2 persons from St. Catherine, 2 males from Westmoreland, and 9 from Manchester. The ministry notes that the COVID-19 deaths in Manchester occurred between January and March. Meanwhile, 2 more cases have been recorded as coincidental deaths, and 1 more fatality is under investigation. Meanwhile, there were 83 new cases with ages ranging from 1-year-old to 95 years old, pushing the total number to 47,479, with 22,837 being active. Of the new cases, 46 are women and 37 are men. St. James dominates the new cases with 15 being recorded, followed by Westmoreland with 14 and then St. Anne with 13. In the meantime, there were 125 new recoveries, pushing the total to 23,410. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says many of our students are not learning at the level, pace, and stage at which they would be were they in the usual face-to-face learning modality, acknowledging that there are significant challenges in the education system today due to the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic.
So there is a significant challenge in the education system today. Many of our students would not be learning at the level, pace, and stage at which they should be, were they in the normal modality of face-to-face learning. So we know that there is a learning loss taking place. We're very concerned that this generation of grade 6, this cohort of grade 6, would be behind when they transition to grade 7. We are not going to allow that to affect the remainder of their education life. So whatever we have to do to catch up on what you have lost and to ensure that you have the foundation skills to advance the higher learning, the government of Jamaica is committed to ensuring that this is done. I want to give you that assurance as children and to give that assurance to your parents who are also looking on. It is something that is near and dear to my heart, and I'm going to ensure that you are not adversely affected because of the measures that we have had to put in place to control the pandemic.
The Prime Minister, as he addressed the gathering of students and parents at the Calabar Infant Primary and Junior High School in Central Kingston on the weekend during a tablet distribution ceremony, emphasized that the government is developing a new framework for broadband internet access across the length and breadth of Jamaica.
So the government has put in place measures to ensure that you have access to the internet. One of the things that we're doing is developing a new framework for having broadband internet access right across Jamaica. That is to ensure that every household in Jamaica can have access to broadband, either through wired service, internet coming into your home through fiber optics, or wireless service through other means that are possible. And that program has started in terms of planning, and we are quite well advanced, and we're giving ourselves 2 years in which to have it at an advanced stage of completion. We recognize that the new society, the new world that you will live in, will all be digital. And that digital world requires a highway to carry information. And that highway is your broadband internet. And we're going to make sure that every single Jamaican has access to that highway coming straight to your home. That's our commitment.
Prime Minister Holness says the government is focused on getting to the 30% with no access.
We started, we estimated that there was a significant deficit, that we needed to give out over 200,000 tablets in order to catch up to where we should be. Currently, we have now either given out or in the process of procuring 123,000 devices we have given out. There are about 500,000 learners in the system for which the government would want to focus on. And that would be between the early childhood ages, the primary ages, all primary ages in particular, and the high school ages, particularly those entering high school, those doing grades 10 and 11. So in all about 500,000. And we have so far, of that 500,000, we have 123,000 devices that we have procured.
The Prime Minister encourages every Jamaican where they can to help a child to own a device.
I would encourage all Jamaicans who want to help the education system that this is a good way to do it. What I have seen for myself is that the students appreciate getting these devices. They care them and they protect them because they understand how valuable it is in ensuring their life chances. Yes, they're going to play games on it. Yes, they're going to make mischief with it. But in general, these are just some of the exigencies of getting our children articulate and mobile in the digital world. We have to supervise them and we have to guide them. But the tablets, the laptops, the computers, these are the pen and paper of the digital generation.
He handed over tablets and other devices to about 40 students of the Calabar Infant Primary and Junior High School. The school was also gifted a printer which was made possible through Printware Online. The judiciary of Jamaica is advising of changes to the operations of the St. Thomas Parish Court due to COVID-19. Effective yesterday, May 17, the court will be offering reduced services for the next 14 days. The court will open to the public at 9:30 a.m. and will close at 1 p.m. daily. The judiciary of Jamaica further advised that of the matters before the court during the period May 17 to May 27, only the following court services will be facilitated: maintenance orders, payment and collection of maintenance monies, guilty pleas, bail applications, delivery of judgments, default judgments. During this period, no new matters will be heard. Where possible, remote hearings will be facilitated at the court. Persons seeking to make arrangements for a remote hearing are being advised to send an email to stthomas@rmc.gov.jm or contact the St. Thomas Parish Court at 876-579-8182. For further information, members of the public are being encouraged to contact the Court Administration Division, CAD, at 876-754-8337 or toll free at 888-429-5269 or visit their websites at www.cad.gov.jm and www.parishcourt.gov.gm. 7 members of the Westmoreland-based Kings Valley Gang are facing serious charges following a year-long multi-agency investigation into their activities. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey speaks on the gang.
In June 2020, emanating from the seizure of 3 cell phones by the Department of Corrections and which were handed over to CTOC, an anti-gang investigation commenced against the Kings Valley Gang. During the course of the probe, evidence was secured through various means to support investigations into several serious and violent crimes committed by the said gang. These crimes were alleged to have been committed subsequent to the dismissal of the anti-gang case that was previously placed before the Supreme Court. These crimes were committed on the instruction of the leader, Durval Williams, O.C. Lukey, who was remanded in custody in relation to charges of proposing to murder and conspiracy to murder. The crimes identified include murder, shooting and wounding with intent, burglary, robbery, extortion, larceny of motor vehicle, illegal possession of firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition.
DCP Bailey added that during an operation conducted by the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, CTOC, Ted Robinson, an auto company owner, is being charged with 5 counts of unlawful possession of property and receiving stolen property, among other charges.
It is to be noted, one business was ordered temporarily closed by the court to facilitate investigation due to the company's involvement with stolen motor vehicles. 5 motor vehicles were seized from this particular business, which were stolen during incidents of murder, shooting, or robberies. Big Yard Auto Parts and its owner, Ted Robinson, was charged with 5 counts of unlawful possession of property and receiving stolen property, among other charges. On May 6, 2020, a joint operation was conducted comprising officers from CTOC, Specialized Operation, the Caribbean Search Center, and the K9 Division. When the operation was completed, 7 suspects were taken in custody. Of the 7 persons arrested, 4 were subsequently charged with being a part of a criminal organization. 3 persons are awaiting charges, 2 of which remain in custody and 1 is at large.
The Deputy Police Commissioner further explained that an operation carried out by members of CTOC, Specialized Operations Branch, the Caribbean Search Center, and the K9 Division led to the arrest of the reputed gang members and their leader.
The persons arrested are Kevin Christopher Wilson, O.C. Bamson, 38 years old, waiter of Kings Valley; Kenisha Shanice Moody, 19 years old. Miss Moody is a girlfriend of the Kings Valley gang leader, Durval Williams, O.C. Lukey, and she was arrested at Lukey's residence. A subsequent search of the premises was conducted in which 15 9mm ammunitions and 9.38 ammunition were found in Miss Moody's purse. Miss Moody was subsequently arrested and charged for illegal possession of ammunition. Our investigation has also revealed that Miss Moody was acting on behalf of Williams in the sale of guns and ammunition. The other person who was held and subsequently charged was Arville Orlando Jones, OC Bigger, 37 years old, of Little London. Joel Rankin, OC Anderson, 32 years old, of Pleasant Park. And Shamari Lindo, 23 years old, of True Road District, Westmoreland. The investigation continues in the matter. It is to be noted that additional anti-gang charges will be preferred against these persons at a later date.
Additionally, DCP Bailey says top detectives are seeking the public's assistance in finding 4 individuals who are currently listed as persons of interest and are being urged to report to the nearest police station immediately.
The following persons who have not yet been apprehended are persons of interest. And these persons are being asked to visit the nearest police station. You may do so in the company of your attorney or a justice of peace or a pastor or a family member. Everett Storer, who is also wanted by the Westmoreland Police. Bigger Gray, whose true name is unknown. Sniper, whose true name is unknown. And Puma, whose true name is unknown. I appeal to the public, if you believe you have any information that can be of help to our investigation, please call Crime Stop at 311 or call CTOC at 876-967-1389 or the Westmoreland Police. I must point out that Durval Williams and Christopher Grant, who were remanded in custody from 2020 and were charged with proposing to murder and conspiracy to murder, were also charged for being part of a criminal organization. Additional charges, anti-gang charges, will also be preferred against these 2 individuals. The date for court is not yet set, but it will be done in short order.
DCP Fitz-Bailey says mobile phone messages played a key role in the apprehension of several persons said to be linked to the Kings Valley gang.
When the phones were actually interrogated, we found vital evidence and information that led us, as indicated, to the commencement of the anti-gang investigation. In fact, a lot of the crimes were actually narrated through voice note and other messages on the phone. And as narrated, we did our investigation, identified the crime, the suspects who were killed or shot as per narrated on the device. And there are several other techniques that were used that I will not get into in identifying and supporting the type of investigation. Forensic, other technology was used in our investigation. I am of the view that based on what I have seen, that the evidence is very strong, the quality of the investigation is good, and we have no doubt that this time we have learned from the experience of the past, and we have accepted some of the pitfall, if I may use that term, and we have actually honed our ability to investigate, and we have a better understanding of the legislation. And from that premise, I believe that what we have put forward is a very strong case. And I guess as the evidence unfolds, the public will understand some of the things that we have. But I must point out that this gang is a very vicious gang. They are involved in several crimes in the Westmoreland area. The leader, although he's in custody, he continues to exert control over the gang, continues to give instruction to the gang, and is feared by the people within the Kings Valley space and as a space adjoining to Kings Valley.
In other news, a 6-year-old boy was shot and killed while one of his teenage relatives was reportedly playing with an illegal gun that went off at their home in Westmoreland yesterday afternoon. The police have not disclosed the identity of the deceased. Reports are that at about 2:30 p.m., a teenager was playing with an illegal firearm at a premises along Dalling Street in Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland, when the pistol accidentally discharged one bullet, which caught the 6-year-old boy in his neck. The injured child was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The teenager fled the scene of the incident. The police are yet to find the firearm that was involved in the incident. A team of officers assigned to the St. Catherine North Police Division seized one Smith & Wesson .357 Magnum revolver during a joint police-military operation on Angels Drive, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, on Monday, May 17. Reports from the Spanish Town Police are that at about 5:55 a.m., lawmen were in the area when a premises was searched and the illegal firearm was seen wrapped in a plastic bag beside a door of a house under a pile of debris. No one was arrested in relation to this seizure. Councillors in Hanover are expressing their displeasure with the type of service the Jamaica Public Service Company, JPSCO, has been given to the parish. During a recent council meeting at the Hanover Municipal Corporation, Councillor for the Lucy Division, Easton Edwards, explained that the parish has been paying for street lights that have not been working for some time now.
Mr. Chairman, I traverse my division on a daily basis, and there's a whole lot of lights not working. The old one, the LED ones. What is it that I can say to my people? That JPS is coming. Nobody called me or said to me, what are the lights that are out in the Lucy Division? We have waited long, Mr. Chairman, and I do not think that JPS is treating us well. JPS is treating us as if bills are not paid, and we do not pay taxes here in this parish. Right? JPS is not doing us a favor. Right? We are as important as any other parish in this country. And so to listen to a 40% and that of the 40%, so it might work out to be 10% of the lights we have functioning, Mr. Chairman. And the fact that they are paid, what is JPS doing with the money that they were paid by the government? And to come to a council meeting like this and sit down and behave as if everything is nice, Mr. Chairman, it is sad days. And I'm certain that the councillors here, seated here, they are feeling the very same way. Nothing is wrong with people, and based on what is going on in the crime and violence here. We need lights.
Mayor of Lucy and the chairman of the Hanover Municipal Corporation, Councillor Sheridan Samuels, questioned what the JPS is doing with the funds that have been paid for the street lights.
You're saying that you're doing these things, clearing lines and all those things, but what you are actually paid for is really to get these street lights up and running. We have been paying for street lights for many years now that we don't get the service off. And they are out there, right? These 60% of HPBs that are out there is like a blinky in the night. You just see the light up there and it's not showing anything on the ground. We are not seeing anything. It makes no sense. We have a light like that, say, turn on in the evenings, in the late evenings, and we are not getting the service of probably somebody can use it to walk. It doesn't make any sense. These lights are up there for so long now. They got red. They're not showing, you can't even see a toe when they are on. And we in Hanover only get the opportunity to get 40% of those lights changed to LED, while other parishes actually up to 85–90%. Why is it that Hanover is always at the back burner of everything?
The mayor also pointed out an issue which spans over 2 years, where a light post that needs to be removed and replaced, which JPS is yet to do.
Yeah, 2 years ago, I have reported, and I think it is in writing, and I have received commitment. There's a pole, a light pole that is falling in my division, Cousins Cove, Sansan Lane. And I know that each councillor, whomever attending meetings, must remember how I plead to get this pole, the fallen pole removed and replaced by one that it is almost on the ground now. It reached a stage where a baby can actually touch the line. No. And I've been reporting this for so long. At one stage, I thought it was done. When I went into the community and go on the road to see if I could get some praises, because I told the citizens that, it would have. To my amaze, it is still there, almost fall. I'm going to ask for the safety of the community. Can I get GPS to replace this pole before we have an accident? Because if we get an accident when somebody dies from it, I know that it will change. But I don't want anything like that to happen.
Meanwhile, a representative of the council meeting explained that efforts will be made to replace street lights in the parish this week. Following the council meeting, our news team visited some areas where we witnessed JPS service vehicles replacing some of the street lights in the parish. And we will bring you more on this story in subsequent newscast. And those are some of the stories making news. We will return with other stories as Jamaicans are being encouraged to work on projects at home to mark Labor Day on Monday, May 24. And Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett has expressed heartfelt congratulations to the management and staff of several Jamaican hotels that have received major accolades in the prestigious TripAdvisor Traveler's Choice 2021 Best of the Best Awards. But first, let's take a break and then join Christopher Scott with sports.